Hey everyone. I just want to redo my head wrap. I had my head wrap done to get my hair out the way as I worked on products and packages, but it didn't look camera ready. It was just serving the purpose of getting my hair out the way, but now I want to make my head wrap a little cuter. And this is the head wrap in Old Navy blue, Old Navy not blue. So it's like a grayish blue, a very muted shade of blue. I want it to be like symmetrical. There we go. That's close enough. Hey everyone coming in. I'm just tying my head wrap. Cuter than it was before. Okay, now this piece I'm going to tuck in. Good evening, Sharita. How are you? And I want to completely cover, so I'm gonna tuck that in too. Super easy, super simple. I have to look in the mirror when I do it. I can't look at the camera because the camera is like has the image flipped and it's making it hard for me to do it. Okay. I'll go with this. It's good enough. Sharita says she just woke up from her nap. That sounds good to me. Nothing like a Sunday nap. Well, it's one thing like a Sunday nap, and that's a Saturday nap. Saturday naps are good too. No, this is cute. Now I would throw on some earrings if I was going out, but I'm just in the house. Again, I'm taking a break from making orders, so I don't need to get too cute. You know, YouTube Live on my webcam is not high definition, so this is good enough. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? It's Sunday, and I'm just preparing for the work week. I mean, to be honest, every day is a work day when you work for yourself. But I want to make sure I came live because right now we are in our drop window from the 15th through the 18th. You can shop our products. If you wait until after the 18th, your products is on pre-order, so you're not going to get them immediately. You're going to have to wait until the next drop, which is in April. So if you want to shop your hair products, then you got to shop now. We have our horsetail leaf growth oil. I took the top off because I did a scalp massage earlier with it, and it's just kind of just easier to pour from the top like this when you have as much hair as I do. I have a lot of hair. But if you don't have as much hair, then you could use the top that it comes with, which is this. And this is our urban lime oil, which is our spring seasonal oil. Hi, Shanika. Thanks for joining. Everyone watching, let me know where you tuning in from. Where are you tuning in from? And yes, our seasonal oil, we love it. It's also infused with horsetail, like the horsetail leaf growth oil, but it has lime essential oil. So it's perfect for the season. It has a very spring aroma. Washington, D.C. Yes, I love D.C. There's a lot of lock people out in D.C. There's a lot of lock people out in D.C. And I'm in New York. There's a lot of us out here too. Everyone tuning in, let me know where you're from, where you're tuning in from, and do you have locks? If you have locks, let me know how long you've had your locks. And if you have any hair questions, any concerns, this is a great time to ask. Frida is in North Carolina. Nice. North Carolina. Are there a lot of people with locks out in North Carolina? I would guess yes. I would guess yes, because I do have a good amount of customers out in North Carolina. So my guess is yes. But I don't know if I've ever been. Maybe I've driven through it, but I don't think I've ever spent any time in North Carolina for real. I don't think so. Sharita's in Georgia. Nice. Now, I know there's a lot of lock people out in Georgia. Definitely. Definitely. I've been out there. Philly. LV2 says Philly. Yes. How's the lock scene in Philly? How's the lock scene in Philly? I've been to Philly for sure, but I don't think I've really been exposed to lock community out in Philly. You know, and it's really good for me to know which cities have high lock populations because I would like to throw events. I mean, obviously I would throw an event, my first event probably locally here in New York, but eventually I would like to definitely branch out and do events in other cities. So is Philly a good city to go to? I know there used to be a natural hair event in Philly, or was it a lock event or a natural hair event? I forgot, but I was told that the lady who orchestrated those events passed away. LV2 says the lock community is thriving. That's great to know. That's great to know. That's great to know. All right. All right. So I gotta take Love Light Locks to Philly. I gotta do that. I already know I gotta go to Georgia, like Atlanta, you know, the natural hair capital. I feel like people call it that. Well, it's really the hair capital, the black hair capital, period. But natural hair scene in Atlanta is lit. I've definitely gone to several natural hair events and lock events in Atlanta. So where else? Let me know in the comments where else would be a good place for me to visit. Sharita says it will be 5 years in July since I've had my locks. Oh, nice. Nice. 5 years. That's a nice sweet spot at that length. Like your hair is pretty long, but it's not too long. It's not overwhelming. You're able to do a lot of styles, you know. It wasn't until I got to like 8 years, that's when it got a little tricky. And the hair started to become a little too much for me to do all these styles all the time. If you look on my page, you may notice that like earlier on in my lock journey, I had a lot more lock style videos. Now, not so much anymore because it's just a lot, and it's a lot to style long locks. You know, you gotta take the good with the bad. You know, you love the length. Sometimes you just want to wear it down, but yeah, and sometimes it could give you headaches and stuff and all of that. So there's that. But when it's nice and short or like medium length, then you can have a lot of fun. Frida says 3 years in August. Nice, nice. You know, I miss my hair short because I feel like I missed out on a lot of newer styles that I'm seeing people do today that I hadn't seen back when I was in the earlier stages. So I missed out on those styles because my hair is way too long to do a lot of those styles now. But it is what it is. Patrice says, I've had my locks since 1997. So this November, it will be 27 years and I'm in DC. Nice, Patrice. Congratulations on almost 27 years. Yes, you're a triple OG. You're a triple OG. And okay, that's great to know. We have another DC person in the chat. Shanika says, I've had my locks for over 20 years. I'm dealing with thinning. Well, congratulations on over 20 years. You were another triple OG. But you said you're dealing with thinning. Now, let me know, are you dealing with thinning on your scalp or thinning in the length of the lock? Sharita says, and you need to come here to Atlanta. Of course, I'll be in Atlanta. I go to Atlanta like probably once a year at least for hair events. I went last year for the World Natural Hair Show, the Talia Waje World Natural Hair Show. I was out there. Granted, I was just out there like networking and stuff. I wasn't a vendor or anything like that. And obviously, I didn't have my own event, but I'll be out in Atlanta. I'll be out there. But yes, Atlanta is definitely on my list of cities to hold a Love Light and Locks event at, for sure. But yes, Shanika, let me know if you're dealing with thinning at the roots or at the length of the lock. Let me know. because my advice that I would give you will be different depending on if it's at your roots or if it's in the length of your locks. So anybody else want to let me know where you're tuning in from, what city you're in, and let me know what the lock scene is like out there and how long you've had your locks. If you've had locks, maybe some of you watching don't have locks at all, and that's cool too. That's cool too, because at the end of the day, locks is hair. Hair, we all have hair. We all need to know how to maintain healthy hair, especially if we're natural hair people, men or women. We need to learn how to maintain our natural hair, and that's what I talk about. I talk about natural hair growth primarily, and all things locks. But if you have loose natural hair and you want to learn about growth, I'm your girl too. But as far as maintenance, I'm more so a lock girly. Shanika is not getting back to me, but I'll just get some advice for both, right? So if you're dealing with thinning, she says both. More concerned with the scalp. My locks never were thick. Understood. Oh, peace, Muhammad. Have you been? No, I have not been on long. I've only been on for 11 minutes, so you didn't miss too much. Right now we're talking about what cities we're in and how long we've had our locks, and if our city has good lock representation. But back to you, Shanika. Scalp. Okay. So have you seen my recent webinar on scalp massage? If not, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you check that video out. It's the last video I posted outside of reels, or not reels, outside of shorts or lives. My last long form video is about 35 minutes long. It's a webinar, and it's only going to be on for a limited time. I'm not going to keep that video up forever. So definitely check that out. I have a lot of tips on taking care of your scalp via massage. So, the premise of the video is how you can possibly 3x, or I should say potentially, how you can potentially 3x your hair growth through proper scalp massage. So I have a lot of tips on that. And it's not as simple as just massage your scalp. No, we're dealing with this holistically. So of course we have to take into consideration our stress levels, because our stress is the number one cause of hair loss in women. So we want to maintain, or not maintain, but we want to keep our stress levels in check, our cortisol levels, our stress hormones. We got to keep that in check. Also, we want to make sure our nutrition is in order, because our nutrition is what feeds our blood, and our blood is what feeds our follicles, right? So massaging our scalp stimulates the blood flow to our scalp, feeding our scalp. You know what I'm saying? So what else did I say? So I said stress, I said nutrition, scalp massage for the blood flow, and hydration. I might be missing one thing, but definitely check out that webinar. Patrice says, do you still make your gel? I haven't seen it in your store. The gel is on hiatus right now. You might be able to find it on Amazon. Check it out and make sure you're getting it from my Amazon listing. Make sure it says Keisha Charmaine. I may have a few left in Amazon Prime, at the Amazon warehouse. I may have some left there, but currently it's on hiatus. But it will be returning. I love that product. It's one of my favorite products. I'm super proud of that product. I worked hand in hand with a cosmetic chemist to formulate that product. So that's not a generic product at all. It's my formula, and it's a beautiful gel. But yeah, it's been on hiatus for a few months. So definitely check it out on Amazon. It might be there. Shanika says, yes, ma'am. And also I follow the calendar you posted and the hot oil treatment with the hot towel. Perfect. Okay. Okay, and have you seen any improvement? Have you been able to lower your stress levels? And are you implementing daily massage? Are you implementing daily massage? Because that's going to be key, especially if you want it to be more of a rapid improvement. That scalp massage, that blood flow is going to be super important. Peaceful Living and Cooking says Kansas City, 7 years locked. Nice. Kansas City, Missouri, right? How was the lock scene out there? Let me know. How's the lock scene out there? And congratulations on 7 years. 7 years is a great length. And I know I keep saying, like, I keep referring to lengths as years or years as lengths, but I just think about my own journey and where I was at those checkpoints. And I know people just generally tend to fall within a similar range when they're at a similar number of years. But I know, of course, it's not going to be the same for everyone. People cut their hair, they trim their hair, or some people's hair grows faster than others. Some people nourish their hair better than others. Let's be honest, things like that. But for me, 7 years was a great length. It was probably like waist length or like around there. Or maybe a little past my waist, I think. I'm not sure. Shanika says, yes, stress definitely plays a role. I hope that you are taking steps to reduce your stress. You know, we can't necessarily always, you know, improve or change what's going on around us that's stressing us out. But what we can do is empower ourselves to control how we handle the stress, how we handle it. LV2 says, I just checked, only 4 left on Amazon. Yeah, thank you, LV2. Y'all heard it here first. There's only 4 jars left on Amazon, so definitely head over to Amazon to claim your jar, because once they're gone, once they're sold out, they won't be returning for a while. Considering once I have my manufacturer make it, it takes her about 3 months to make it. Well, it doesn't take her 3 months to make it. It takes her 3 months about to get all of the ingredients, because we make sure that we are sourcing like the highest quality of ingredients, and they're not always available. They're not always on hand. So all of that. So it's a lot that comes into play when it comes to manufacturing these products, especially when I'm not doing it myself. So I do the horsetail leaf growth oil myself, the urban lime oil, which is our seasonal oil. I do these myself. I do the infusion myself too with the actual herbs. I do the emu oil growth drops. I do the rosewater moisturizer myself, but I do not do the gel myself. So yeah, so that's out of my hands for the most part. Well, also what is also in my hands is me, you know, signing off on that check to get it going. So once my business is in a position where I feel like, okay, now we can reinvest in the gel again, then we will do that. But right now we're focusing on the bestsellers, because that's what most people want. That's what needs to be on hand all the time. The horsetail leaf growth oil, emu oil, and the rose waters. So that's where I'm really focusing on. And Patrice says, it is. I love the gel. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. A Peaceful Living and Cooking says, Locks, yes, ma'am, Missouri. Nice. The lock scene out there in Missouri is good. That's good to know. Out in Kansas City. Shanika says, I have seen a little growth. I'm not doing the daily massages, but will commit to that. Yes, I hope that you do. And I hope that you come back to me and let me know if you notice improvement from doing the scalp massages. Because again, like in that webinar, I emphasized and re-emphasized and re-emphasized how important blood circulation to the scalp is to hair growth. So I know it may not feel very natural or normal to massage your scalp every day, especially from 5 to 10 minutes each massage. However, if you want to speed up the rate at which your hair is growing, you will notice a big boost when you do it daily with intention. And as a friendly reminder, from the 15th through the 18th, every month since February. So this is our second round right now where our products are released. So the rose water and the refill, the horsetail leaf growth oil, and the emu oil growth drops are all available for purchase now during this window from the 15th through the 18th. If you miss this window, you can still purchase, but it will be a pre-order. So that means you won't get it until April. You won't get it until the April release. Okay, so if you've been eyeing your products, you want them ASAP, you gotta shop now. And I have the link in my description. You gotta shop now if you want them ASAP. But if you're not in a rush, then sure, wait to the pre-order. It's up to you. It's up to you. And I am currently, so earlier today, well, I want to say like, I've been on here for 21 minutes. So let's just say 25 minutes ago, I was working on packages. So everybody who pre-ordered for the March drop, I'm getting your orders out. I'm getting the first ones out, and then I'm going to work on the remaining pre-orders tomorrow and Tuesday, most likely. That's probably how long it'll take me to get all the pre-orders out. So if you've not received your tracking number and you've pre-ordered, no worries. You're going to get it either tomorrow or on Tuesday. And then we can get, then I'll be able to work on the orders of the drop. Muhammad says, I feel my voice going away. Muhammad says, what I incorporate, which isn't nothing new, is setting up my wash days, sort of like how you would do if you were getting a detox, piggybacking off of the scalp massage. So do you mean that you soak your hair during wash days? I think that's what you probably mean, because oftentimes when people do detoxes on their hair, aka deep cleanses on their hair, they will have like a tub of water. You said yes. Okay, great. People will do a tub of water and put in your ingredients, whether you're putting in apple cider vinegar, which is great with water. And that's, if you're doing apple cider vinegar detox or deep cleanse, I don't recommend putting in all those other ingredients. I don't want you messing up the pH balance of your hair. So just apple cider vinegar and water is good enough. And if you have a really bad case of product buildup, then Dawn soap works. Yes, I know that's controversial. It works. Okay, they use it on the duckies when there's oil spills in the oceans. It works and it's safe. But that's just not something that I would recommend that you do all the time. You're gonna really dry out your hair. So when you do it, make sure that when you do it, make sure you follow up with your moisturizing routine so your hair doesn't feel stripped. So like you do a hot oil treatment afterwards. But if that's how you, so that's basically, I just described the deep cleanse, but Muhammad says that he does it, that's how he washes his hair on a regular basis. And I think that's great. That's I mean, soaking your hair that each wash, that's cool. This, me personally, just as far as convenience, I would prefer to wash my hair in the shower. But you know, when you go to the loctician, they pretty much have you in a basin. The shampoo bowl is pretty much the same thing. So I think that's pretty cool. He says, I'm currently using the tea tree, Dr. Bronner's, and baking soda. Now, how often are you doing that? Because that sounds excessive to me. For one, I do love the tea tree soap by Dr. Bronner's. I do love that. I use that. I like to bathe with that. I haven't bought that in a long time, but I did enjoy using that on my body and I enjoyed doing it on my hair from time to time, but it can be kind of strong. So adding it with baking soda, that sounds very strong, and you're doing it once a week. I want to ask you, why are you doing it so often? Or do you have a really bad buildup that you're trying to get rid of? Because once a week, Dr. Bronner's and baking soda sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. But if you're not experiencing any dryness, any excess dryness or anything with brittle hair, and if it works for you, then that's good. It just, to me, it just doesn't sound right. But if it's working for you, then good. That's good. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. We need to do what works for us. Muhammad says no buildup, but I wash often to put in the moisture. Okay, well, keep in mind that you can put moisture in without using soaps and things. Just keep that in mind. Yes, I do recommend people washing their hair regularly, because when your hair is fully saturated with water, that is a surefire way to moisturize your hair. However, retaining moisture is another conversation, but that is a way to moisturize your hair and keep your not keep your hair moisturized, but just keep up with a routine of moisturizing all of your strands, especially with you soaking it. That's a good way. But with you using tea tree, Dr. Bronner's, and baking soda, that can be very stripping at the same time. So keep that in mind. Sometimes, it'll be just okay for you to soak your hair in the water and just let it be water. Sometimes that's okay too. And see how you feel about that. And your follow-up is going to really give you that moisture retention. So like the hot oil treatments and the leave-in sprays. So keep that in mind. And if there are any more questions, bring them in now, because I have to get back to work. So if you have any more questions, ask now, or forever wait, or forever hold your peace until tomorrow. You know what I was thinking about? The simple fact that in weddings, when the officiant says that, like, does anybody object to this union? Speak now or forever hold your peace. That's messy. Like, why? If y'all was gonna say something like to interrupt a marriage, y'all should have did that way before we got to this point. Why are you asking that now? That's crazy. Child, I wonder what started that tradition and why we still do that as a people. When I get married, I'm gonna tell him, you can't say that. Don't say that. You messing up the vibes. You messing up the vibes, okay? If anybody has something to say, they should have been said it before the wedding. But all right, it looks like there's no more questions. Muhammad said it's one of those burning questions. It is. But like, honestly, if you do have something to say, I may have been to a wedding or two where I may have had some opinions, but it was no way was I be like, actually, I don't think they're a good fit. I think they need to go to counseling, actually, separately. I think they have a lot of issues, and the relationship exacerbates the issues. I would never say that. It's not my place. That's their life journey, and they gotta do what they gotta do. They grown. But okay, I think I'm done. Everyone have a great evening. Hope you all had a beautiful weekend. And I will probably be back on tomorrow. All right. And make sure you head over to KeishaCharmaine.com, link in my description, and shop. Get the 60-day solution. The 60-day solution. That's the Nurture with Nature box. Shanika says, will you be live the same time tomorrow? I can't guarantee that. I don't know. Would you like me to come on the same time? I'm not sure, but try to turn on my notifications so that your phone lets you know when I'm live. All right. Everybody have a great one. Talk to you later.